What is up, my Majin Buu crew? It's your boy, King Majin, coming back at you guys with another video. And today, I'll be doing the long-awaited Part 5 to What If Deku Was the Reincarnation of Tai Long. If you haven't seen the original part, go check it out. There should be a playlist for it on the channel. And yeah, I know you guys have been waiting for this part for a pretty long time, so I'm happy to bring it to you. I know you guys thought this was coming out Thursday, but I decided to bump it up to Wednesday. And if it does come out on Thursday, something must have happened. But anyway, I know you guys really like the series. I'm planning on continuing it, but I have a lot of other series on the channel that other people want me to continue. So yeah, like goal for this video will be my usual 100 likes, so you guys have that to get to. And comment down below your own thoughts and theories on how I will take the story or how I should take the story. I want to hear your opinions. But anyway, let's get into it. What if Deku was the reincarnation of Tai Long? We pick things up with Mimi and Ojiro training with Rick. They will be just sparring like they normally do. Deku would be sparring with Tsubaki like he normally does as well, until Tsubaki and Rick would call all of them over and tell them something. They would then say, "You guys have been training very diligently, but I believe it's time for you to embark on your own training." As Deku would say, "What do you mean?" As Tsubaki would then say, "A type of training journey. You guys have the sports festival coming up in 2 weeks, so from then on, you are not allowed to train with one another. You will go out and train your own way to prepare for the sports festival. We will not help you in any training. It's all up to you." As Deku would then say, "Sounds like fun, but..." As Mimi and Ojiro would say, "Yeah, but where do you think we should train?" As Tsubaki would then say, "That's not my problem, that's your problem." As Ojiro would then sigh, saying, "Okay." As Rick would then say, "Yeah, she's made up her mind. You guys, just do what you can do for training. Find your own style of fighting. Like we have in our time. I've been on a training journey before once." As Ojiro would then say, "Okay." As the three of them would then look in each other's eyes, just nodding. "Tomorrow we will all meet up, and you guys will then begin to go on your training journeys. Anywhere you choose. Within reason." As they will all nod. Deku would then head home, seeing his mom and telling her about how he will be going on a training journey. She wouldn't be for this, but Deku would then mention how he will call her every day to make sure she knows he's fine. I believe she would then be fine with it as long as she knows her son's going to be in constant contact with her. As Deku would then say, "Okay then, later mom." As he would then go into his room. He would then be on his bed thinking about where he's going to train. Out of nowhere, Tai Long would then pop up in front of him, saying, "I know where you can train, kid." As Deku would then say, "What place did you have in mind?" As he would then say, "I felt it for a while, but I remember a place with great chi. Somewhere in Japan." As Deku would then say, "Somewhere in Japan, you can't be more specific?" As Tai Long would then say, "Shut up, kid." Deku would then say, "Okay, but anyway, why did you come out? Just to tell me you have a place to train?" As Tai Long would then say, "Not just that, kid. For these 2 weeks, I'll be training you. We'll be focusing on some techniques I have and perfecting that unity thing." As Deku would then say, "Okay, now you're talking." As Deku would then say, "I can't wait to see what you got." And as Tai Long would then say, "I as well." As they would both smile at each other, giving each other both a look of determination. Next day, Deku, Mimi, and Ojiro will have met Tsubaki and Rick in the park. As they will all be saying their goodbyes, Mimi would then ask, "What are you guys gonna do without us?" And as Tsubaki would then say, "We picked up another student, so we'll be training her for a bit." And as Tsubaki would then say, "Oh, finally another girl." And as Tsubaki would then say, "Yeah, It's been a while since we've had another girl. The last girl we had here dropped out. As Deku would then say, she did get her arm broken by Mimi. As Mimi would then say, it was an accident. I thought she was stronger. As Deku would then laugh, with Ojiro just giving a nod of disapproval. Ojiro would give a nod of disapproval and chuckling a little bit. As Rick would then say, you guys got everything you need? As Deku would then hold up a backpack with Mimi and Ojiro holding up one as well. And as they would then say, well anyway, be safe, all of you. As Ojiro, Mimi, not Ochako, I don't know why I said her name, Ojiro, Mimi, and Deku would then say, yes sir. As Tsubaki would then say, come back stronger. As they will all nod. Tsubaki and Rick would then leave, leaving the three of them to talk. Ojiro was inside, saying, okay, 2 weeks of us just training. I'm gonna be staying at a gym for a while, just to build up my power. And I even met a guy who can teach me some more techniques. As Mimi would then say, yeah, same. As they would ask Deku, where will you be training? In the forest a few 100 miles away from here. As they would say, you're going old school for your training. As Deku would then say, Tai Long said he was going to show me a few techniques, and I was going to focus on my unity abilities. As they will all nod. They will all fist bump saying, see you in 2 weeks, with all of them leaving each other. Deku will be, after leaving the train station, because clearly he wouldn't just run there, he would take a train. He would be walking into the forest, and he would then see the gate, and some stairs leading up to something. Deku would then walk up the stairs, finding a patch of forest. He would feel something emanating from this. It would be an energy similar to chi, but more pure. He would then put his hand to the ground and feel the energy circle around him, as Tai Long would then pop out saying, you feel that, kid? That's real power. As Deku would then say, yeah. As Tai Long would then say, are you ready, kid? As Deku would then say, I was born ready. As Deku and Tai Long would begin to both a stance. And Tai Long would then say, the first thing I will be teaching you, the nerve attack. As Deku would then say, sounds fun. They will begin their training for 2 weeks. We cut to the UA Sports Festival, the arena, as both Ojiro and Mimi would be in there, wondering, where is Deku? As Mimi would be pacing back and forth, saying, oh my god, he's late. I don't think he even had any signal in that forest. Or he must have been just ignoring all my calls. As Ojiro would then be saying, calm down, he knows how important this is. He wouldn't just miss it. As Deku then run in saying, am I late? As Ojiro would then say, man, you were almost late. As Mimi would then grab Deku by the collar, shaking him, saying, what took you so long? As Deku would then say, there was a problem with the train, so it stopped basically a quarter in. As they would then say, then how did you get here? As Deku would then say, I ran. As they would then say, you ran that many miles? As Deku would then say, it wasn't that difficult. As Ojiro and Mimi would then smile at Deku. And they would then say, you got stronger, right? As Deku would then say, of course I did. As they would then hear something, they will all turn around and see Todoroki. Todoroki would then declare war on Deku like in the original canon, but he will also declare war on Mimi. As all three of them will be looking on at this, they would smirk. As Ojiro would then say, you're forgetting someone. And as Todoroki would glare at him, saying, Ojiro would then say, after Todoroki had glared at him, saying, I'm planning on winning this as well. As Bakugo would then say, same here. Don't you dare leave me out. as all four of them would be giving a big grin to Todoroki. As Todoroki would then walk away, giving his whole emo thing. We cut to President Mike and Eraserhead, aka Aizawa, doing commentary, mentioning how the students have been preparing for this for a while now. They would then call up Deku, the person who got the most points in the practical exam. As Deku would then say, "We have all been working hard to get to this point. I hope everyone here gets to show off their abilities to the fullest and have a great battle." And as Deku basically just finishing up his speech, Tai Lung would then say, "What a boring speech, hijacking Deku's body for the briefest of instances, saying, 'And by the way, I'm gonna win.'" As all the other students will be getting mad at Deku, hearing that whole heartwarming speech about how everyone will give their all and show off their abilities, but then getting this arrogance with him saying he's gonna win. So everyone will be as mad as they were at Bakugo and the rest of Class 1A as he gave the speech. As Mimi, Ojiro, Ochako, and Ida would then say, "What was that, Midoriya?" And Deku would then say, "Tai Lung hijacked my body." Mimi would then say, "That Tai Lung is a confident one, but I'm the only one that's going to be winning today." As all four of them would look determined at one another, saying, "Let's give it all we got." As Bakugo would then come up saying, "Ugh, I thought your speech would be boring, but it turns out to get a little bit good at the end. But you got one thing wrong. I'm winning." As Deku would then say, "Mimi already said that," as he would then scoff, walking away. As everyone would then laugh at this. As President Mike and Eraserhead would then announce that they will be doing a race. Everyone would then get up at the starting line with President Mike saying, "Go!" As everyone would then blast forward, Todoroki would still freeze the ice, keeping everyone in place, with a few people from Class 1A jumping over the ice. As Deku would be running, he would be in the lead out of everyone else, even before Todoroki, because he would have melted the ice that came near him. As this would be going on, the places would be Deku in first, Mimi in second, Todoroki in third, Bakugo fourth, and Ojiro in fifth. Deku will be racing through the robots until he comes across two one-pointed robots in front of him. He would smash through them like it was nothing. When we get to the zero-pointed robots, Deku, we all know he could take down one, but he would decide to ignore them, just dancing through them and avoiding them, leaving them behind for the rest of them to deal with. As we would get to the platforms, Deku will begin to jump from platform to platform, avoiding the holes and sometimes just running on the ropes. Until, out of nowhere, a kick will be flung at his head, with him dodging just barely. As Deku would say, "I was wondering when you would catch up," as they would both be running across the platforms. Deku would then ignite chi from his legs, and Mimi would then use Black Whip. Deku will be much faster after doing this, and he would be able to jump greater distances, as Mimi would be doing that once for all, and using Black Whip to get around much more freely. Kind of like how Sero does with his ability. As this will be going on, President Mike and Eraserhead will be in commentary, with President Mike saying, "Man, Aizawa, your students are pretty impressive." As Aizawa would then say, "Yeah, the two of them are the best in class." As President Mike would then say, "Oh, it's rare for you to give out compliments, Eraserhead." As Aizawa would then scoff at this remark. As this would be going on, Deku and Mimi would then clear the pits, with Todoroki, Ojiro, and Bakugo closing in on them. Not closing in, but being right behind them. As they would be going, they will get to the minefield. They will be going through the mines, with Mimi not really caring about setting them off because she can take a hit. But Deku, he'll be dancing through them slowly. Not slowly, but fluently. Like he's dancing ballet. it will be much more precise. He will be moving at a high speed, but just avoiding every single explosive, as Mimi will be getting hit by them and not taking very much damage. But this would cause her to slow down by a bit because she's being reckless. As Pressing Mike would then say, "Eraserhead, what are you teaching your students?" As Eraserhead would then say, "It's not because of me, it's because of their own hard work and determination to be the best." And as Pressing Mike would then hear this, and he would say, "You heard it here! Eraserhead is a terrible teacher." As Aizawa would then say, "What?" As Deku and Mimi would then make it out of the minefield, they will be in a race for first place, going down the corridor. As they will be keep going, not even bothering to attack one another. They will be running down the corridor, until Deku would pull ahead, winning the race, with Mimi coming in second, Todoroki coming in third, Bakugo fourth, and Ojiro fifth. As everyone then give praise to Deku for winning, as Mimi would then say, "You only got lucky, I'll win next time." As Deku would then say, "Bring it on," as all of them would then smile at one another. As this would be going on, Midnight would then announce the cavalry battle, with her explaining the rules of how it works. As Mimi, Deku, and Ojiro will look at each other, and Deku would then say, "Bring it on, you two," as they will all have been basically reading each other's mind. As they will all go to look for their respective teams, Deku would be wondering who he would team up with after he got the 10 million or 1 million point headband. He would be thinking no one wants to be on a team with him, so he would probably just go for the scraps of the barrel. As Ochako would then approach him, saying, "Let's do this, Deku." As Deku would then say, "Okay, thanks, Ochako." Mei Hatsume would then approach Deku, asking to be on his team to show off her babies, and Deku would say, "Fine." Looking at her gear and remembering that she was the girl who basically used the zip line over the platforms. As Deku would then think, "We need one more." As he would then go to Tokoyami, asking if he wants to be on his team, with Tokoyami looking at Deku and looking at his confident smile. As Tokoyami would then say, "Why not?" We will have basically the same team like in the original canon. And yeah. For Mimi's team, it will be a shock to most people, but Bakugo and her would team up with Sero and Kaminari. Mina wouldn't be on their team. So it will just be this team. Everyone will be shocked by this, but yeah. Everyone from their class will be shocked because Mimi and Bakugo apparently didn't seem to get along very well. As Deku would then notice this, he would then be wary of that team, and the cavalry battle would then start. Deku would keep everyone at a distance with using his chi to basically surround them in fire so no one will be able to come close. And even when they need to escape, they could use Ochako's gravity, Mei's jet boots or hover boots, and Deku's flames to repel them, and using Dark Shadow for defense. Until Todoroki would then shoot a pillar of ice towards them, with Deku breaking through it with his bare fists, with this fight going somewhat similar to canon, with mostly Deku and them just avoiding Todoroki's team. Mimi's team would then run into Monoma, and basically the same events would go down in canon, with them getting their headband back after it was stolen. As this would be going on, Mimi would then notice both Deku and Todoroki fighting. They will be going head to head, same as in canon. Kaminari would use his lightning, but that wouldn't really do anything with Deku just mostly avoiding it. Momo would try to use her quirk, but that wouldn't be doing anything as well. Even Ida using reciprocal burst, with Deku predicting his movements, wouldn't be able to do anything. And even if he tried to and succeeded with reciprocal burst, Deku could have just put up a wall of fire burning Ida. As they would be going back at each other to clash again, out of nowhere, Mimi's team would appear in front of them. And as they would be going to attack Deku's team to get the 1 million point headband or 10 million point headband, this attack would be interrupted with Press Mike and Aizawa announcing that the match has ended. With everyone being shocked by this, with Mimi putting her head down saying, "I almost had it," with Deku saying, "Almost isn't good enough," as the match would then end. As Mimi and Deku will be walking saying, "You beat me again, but I'm gonna win next time, I just know it." As Deku can say, "I hope you can give me a challenge, Mimi," as she would then punch Deku in the arm saying, "You're not that tough." As Deku then laughs saying, "Ow." As they would then approach Ojiro saying, "You made it too, man, good job." As Ojiro would then explain how he didn't make it. He would then say, "I don't know why, but I think I was brainwashed onto being on that guy's team." As Ojiro would then point to Shinso. He would then say, "I'm not gonna enter. I didn't earn it myself." As both Mimi and Deku will be getting visibly annoyed and saddened by their friend not going to the finals with them, but they will understand why he would be saying this and not going. As Deku would then say, "That sucks, man. I'll win for you." And as Deku would then say, Mimi would then say, "Nope, I'm winning for Ojiro." As they will both hug him and saying, "You'll have another chance next year." As Ojiro would then say, "Yeah, give him hell, you guys." As Ojiro would then walk away. He would then be walking towards the stands until he starts to tear up. As he would then be thinking, "I just wanted to make it. I just wanted to prove I was as strong as them." As he would be crying. As Rick would then appear, saying, "Don't cry. You gave it your all. Just because this happened doesn't change the fact that you are strong and that you could have made it." As Ojiro would then say, "Master." And as Rick would then say, "You made the right choice. You didn't earn that spot. But next time, you will." As he would then start to cry and going into his master's arms, just tearing up. For Ojiro, he's been basically living in Deku and Mimi's shadow, with them constantly being stronger than he is. So he would have not had a superiority complex, but he would have really wanted to beat them for once in his life. As Ojiro will be talking to Rick and Tsubaki, Mimi and Deku will be still on the field talking, with Deku saying, "We have to win now for Ojiro." As Mimi and Deku would then look at each other, fist bumping, saying, "Yeah." As this would be going on, Preston, Mike, and Aizawa would then announce the next match, being a tournament. With Mimi and Deku hearing this, would then look at each other smiling. As Preston Mike would then put up the brackets. The only difference from the brackets originally in canon, Mina isn't there, being replaced by Mimi. So this will be the bracket for, As they will both look at each other and say, "I guess you got him. Get revenge for Ojiro." That's what Mimi would say. As Deku would then say, "Yeah, I got it." And that is it for the video, you guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. It took a while to get this one done. I hope you really like how I went into detail on the other events in the sports festival, because really, most of the times I will either skip over like the cavalry battle, or sometimes just the race altogether, because we all know, mostly in my part 5s or whatever, that Deku would win the race and the cavalry battle. But I just really enjoyed going into depth about this, the cavalry battle, and how it would go, how the teams would be, how the race would go down, because a lot of stuff has changed. So yeah. And I hope you guys like where I'm taking Ojiro in this series, because Ojiro, he's untapped. He has untapped potential. like in the show of My Hero Academia. He could be so much more than just a guy with a strong tail. He could practice more techniques, and he could be more competitive. I want this version of Ojiro to have a strong will to beat Deku and Mimi. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping to establish here. And again, you guys, comment down below your ideas. I want to hear your thoughts about how I can perpetuate the story, how I can keep it going, how I can keep making it more interesting for you guys to watch. I have ideas, but I want to get your opinions on stuff. Like attacks I can add, movesets, stuff like that. And yeah, oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And yeah, comment down below Tail if you've watched to this point. And yeah, anything else I want to say? Nope, that's pretty much it. This has been King Majin saying, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Signing out. Peace.